Can a brain-dead person sit up? I never used to believe it, until the girl with glasses at the funeral home handed me the order slip, fingertips rubbing back and forth on the edge of the paper. Mr. Zhang, this job is a bit unusual. This guy ain't dead yet. Last night at Anxi he sat up again, and called your name. My name is Old Third Zhang. I drive long-haul trucks. Hauling pigs' veggies or feet, nothing beats hauling dead people for cash. Dead people money is easy money. No haggling. No rush on delivery. No bad reviews. Most important thing, dead folks won't snitch you for skipping on the fare. Some living people are way more trouble than the dead. A brain-dead person sitting up. Either it's a miracle, or you owe him something. What bad karma did I Old Third Zhang rack up in my past life? I pushed the slip back. I'm not taking this job. The girl with glasses got anxious. Mr. Zhang, this job was assigned to you. If you don't take it, who do I call? Call whoever you want. I wouldn't take it even if it was a freebie from heaven. Let alone a body drop. I turned around and left, walking so fast it felt like someone was chasing me. Out the funeral home gate. Sat in the driver's seat. Hands still shaking, lit a cigarette, took a deep drag, pulled out my phone and called Big Head Joe. He picked up after 3 rings. Old Third. What's with the late-night funeral run? It happened again. What happened again? A brain-dead guy sat up again at Anxi. Called my name. There was 3 seconds of silence on the other end. What did he say? That I owe him. Big Head Joe sighed on the phone. Old Third. Even if you don't take the job, he'll still come for you. Forget about that girl in the white dress last time. I stayed quiet. Can't forget it. Can't forget it for a lifetime. Some people you never really paid attention to when they were alive. The dead just stick in your mind forever. I hung up the phone. Sat there in the driver's seat zoning out. Smoked the cig right down to the filter, without noticing it, only tossed it when it burned my hand. Right then, I definitely remember that seat was empty when I got in. But now there was a medical chart sitting there. With a white cover, stuck on the top right corner was a red label. Emergency. I never grabbed that chart. My palms started to sweat, hesitated for about 10 seconds, reached over and picked it up. Flipped to the first page. Patient name, Zhao Xiaoman. Age, 28. Diagnosis, severe traumatic brain injury. Brain dead. Second page. Death history. One line of text made my hand start shaking. 7 years ago. Patient was involved in a traffic rescue at King Shiling Road, helped a truck driver trapped in his rig. King Shiling. 7 years ago. Not the time I hit someone 3 years back. This was way earlier. The time I got into a crash myself. That year I was running long hauls. On the King Shiling Mountain Road. It was pouring rain. Didn't take a curve right. Front end slammed into the guardrail. The whole cab got crushed. I was stuck inside and couldn't get out. The fuel tank was leaking. Gas fumes stung my eyes so bad I couldn't open them. I heard someone yelling, "Anyone in there?" Then a face leaned in close. It was a girl, about 20 or so. With big eyes. "Don't be scared. I'll pull you out." She grabbed my arm. Couldn't budge it. Then another person came. A young guy. The two of them worked together. The last thing I saw before passing out was that girl's hand getting cut by broken glass. Then blood ran down my arm. When I woke up I was in the hospital. A nurse said a girl and a soldier brought me in. The soldier called 911, and then left. The girl waited until my surgery was done before leaving. I asked the nurse what that girl's name was. The nurse said she didn't leave a name. All these years, I never knew what her name was. The name on the medical record was Xiao Xiaoman. I pulled out my phone again. Big Head. I picked up. "What the heck? You weren't answering a minute ago. She saved my life 7 years ago." There was another 3 seconds of silence on the phone. "Lao San. Come to my shop." By the time I got to the coffin shop, it was almost 11 o'clock. Joe Big Head was painting a batch of new coffins. His floral shirt had a few black smudges on it. Erbauzi was helping out on the side. His face was a mess too. Like a messy cat. "Master. Zhang Laosan is here." Joe Big Head put down the brush. Rubbed his gold tooth. "Lao San. You say that girl saved you 7 years ago." I nodded. Slapped the medical record on the table. Joe Big Head flipped through it. Twirling his ring. "So now he's brain dead. And he came to you." "Yeah. So what's he want?" "No idea." Joe Big Head stood up. Paced back and forth in the room. His floral shorts swinging around. His gold ring clinking against the coffin boards. After an organ donor dies, his body isn't his own anymore. If he isn't cool with it. "What do you mean?" "I mean his obsession lingers. Maybe because his body hasn't finished the path it wanted to walk." Joe Big Head stopped and looked at me. "You gotta go to the hospital. Find his family. Ask what his last wish was before he died." "I'm going alone." "Nonsense. Of course the 3 of us go together." Joe Big Head patted the dust off his floral shirt. "Erbauzi. Bring my peach ghost stick." Baozi grabbed that peach wood stick covered in yellow talismans from the corner. Master, that thing didn't come in handy last time. Maybe this time it'll be useful. Shut up. Big Head Joe pulled that modified radio out of the drawer again, and stuffed it in his pocket. Cops handle the living people's stuff. I handle the dead people's stuff. If you owe money to the living, you'll just get yelled at. If you owe money to the dead, they'll come chat with you in the middle of the night. When I got to the hospital, it was almost midnight. ICU was on the 6th floor. 2 light bulbs in the hallway were busted, flickering on and off. 2 people were sitting on the bench. An old lady, with hair all white, leaning against the wall with her eyes closed. An old man, head down, hands crossed on his knees. Big Head Joe poked me. Those are the family. I walked over and crouched down. Ma'am, are you Zhao Xiaoman's mom? The old lady opened her eyes. Her eyes were red. Who are you? I'm Xiaoman's friend. I heard she got into trouble, so I came to check on her. Her mom started crying, tears streaming down the wrinkles on her face. My daughter had such a tough life. Her dad lifted his head and glanced at me. That look made my heart sink. Not suspicion, but that kind of tiredness from seeing all the coldness in the world and believing in nothing. Did she have any wishes? Like something she wanted to do but never got around to? Her mom wiped her tears. My daughter didn't have any wishes. She was just too kind. 7 years ago she saved a train driver on the road. The driver's leg was injured, and he was missing for 3 months. She never told anyone about it. My throat felt like someone was squeezing it. What happened to that driver later? No idea. My daughter said the guy was unconscious, and didn't leave his name. Her mom sighed. That's just the kind of person she was. Helping people without asking for anything in return. His dad suddenly spoke up. Who the hell are you guys? I know all of Xiaoman's friends. Never seen you two before. Big Head Joe leaned in from behind. We're staff from the Organ Donation Center. Here to do the final verification. His gold tooth flashed under the light. His dad stared at us for a couple seconds. Well, a few seconds felt like an eternity. Finally he dropped his head. Didn't ask again. The nurse came out of the dark room. Zhao Xiaoman's brainwaves were flat. When does the family sign the papers? His mom started crying out loud. His dad stood up, took the pen, his hand shaking like autumn leaves. Right at that moment, a scream came from the dark room at the end of the hall. The nurse dropped the pen and ran in. A few seconds later she ran out, her face pale white. Xiaoman. He sat up. If you like my suspense mini-stories, you can binge watch on the Douyin Select app. It's full of quality creators just like me. The Douyin Select app has all hidden gems. I rushed in like crazy, almost busted the door off its hinges. Zhao Xiaoman was sitting on the hospital bed, covered in tubes, wires from the heart monitor wrapped all around him. But he was sitting up, his back off the mattress by at least 30 degrees, eyes half open, pupils were dilated, that kind of unfocused, empty look. Looked like a dead man, but definitely alive eyes. But his lips were moving. I walked over, crouched down, brought my ear close. Zhang Lao-san, voice so tiny like it came from underground. Being alive is good. Some people you don't appreciate when they're alive, but can't forget after they die. Some people are dead, but they make you feel like the world still has good people. Zhou Dabutu pulled me from behind. Lao-san, he's not a person. He's an obsession. He's already brain dead. His body can't move on its own. What can move is his soul. What does he want? You ask him. I crouched there, knees hurting on the floor tiles, looking at Zhao Xiaoman's pale face, lips purple, eyes sunken in. 7 years ago you saved me. What do you want? His mouth moved again. This time I heard it clearer. I don't want you to die. I signed the papers, but I don't want my eyes. Give them to him. Give them to... Zhao Xiaoman stopped talking. His body went limp like it lost power, and slammed back onto the bed. The bed rattled with a loud clang. Nurses rushed in, scurried around to lay him flat, reconnected all the machine. The heart monitor let out a long beep, flat line. He was gone. His mom's crying echoed in the hallway, heartbreakingly loud. I stood there frozen, something in my hand, a piece of paper, no idea when it got slipped in. Squeezed tight, unfolded it to see, a name and a date written on it. The name Liu Jiqiang, the date 3 days later. Fatty Joe leaned in for a look. Who's Liu Jiqiang? No clue. Don't know what's up with 3 days either. I stuffed the note into my pocket. But we gotta find out. Dead people won't lie to you, but they might not have time to say it all. Stuff you can't say when you're alive. It takes guts to say it after you're gone. Left the hospital. The 3 of us squatted in the parking lot smoking. Fatty Joe pulled out his phone and searched for a while. Liu Jiqiang, Deputy Director of the County Civil Affairs Bureau, 52 years old. In charge of approving organ donations. Baozi scratched his head. Host Liu Jiqiang. The guy who handles organ donations? So he's connected to Zhao Xiaoman's case. Fatty Joe rubbed his gold tooth. Yep. Zhao Xiaoman said. I don't want to give my eyes to him. That him is Liu Jiqiang. Liu Jiqiang needs corneas. Check it out. Fatty Joe made a call to his buddy. A friend from the Feng Shui fan group. That buddy works at the county hospital. 5 minutes later the phone rang back. Big Head Joe listens and listens. His face gets darker and darker. He hangs up. Liu Jiqiang. 45 years old. Both eyes have corneal opacities. Waited 2 years on the donation list. But he was way down the line. Supposedly it shouldn't be his turn. So someone pulled strings. And gave him Zhao Xiaoman's eyes. Could be. Big Head Joe spins his ring. Zhao Xiaoman didn't want that. So his spirit lingered after brain death. Because his body got arranged behind his back. I stand up. Stub out my cigarette. Go to the Civil Affairs Bureau. Big Head Joe suddenly grabs me. Third brother. One more thing. Zhao Xiaoman's brain death was no accident. What do you mean? The day it happened, he was on his way to the hospital. He was going there to see Liu Jiqiang's follow-up report. I freeze for a second. Zhao Xiaoman didn't know Liu Jiqiang by accident. He'd been quietly watching over this veteran's dad. That day he went to check on his test results. Got into a car crash. This was no accident. It's a good man's journey being cut short by fate. By the time we get to the bureau, it's nearly 2 in the afternoon. Big Head Joe wears his flashiest floral shirt, polishes his gold ring over and over, flashes his gold tooth, slaps on half a bottle of hair gel, stands at the door like he's posing for a wedding photo. How should we play it? The province sent an inspection team. Big Head Joe puffs out his chest. Don't blow it. Liu Jiqiang's office is on the 3rd floor. The door is open. He sits behind his desk. Wearing glasses. Gray hair. Walks a bit slowly. His eyes really are bad. Seeing us 3 walk in, he holds onto the desk and stands up. Who are you? Big Head Joe flashes his gold tooth. Inspection team from the Provincial Western Donation Management Center. You were the one who handled Zhao Xiaoman's donation approval. Liu Jiqiang's face goes pale. From the province. Right. Hold on a sec. Liu Jiqiang gets up, walks to the door, and shuts it. His hand pauses on the doorknob for a moment, like he's making one last stand. Then he turns around, and drops to his knees with a thud. A 50-year-old man kneeling on the floor, not for himself, but for a shot at seeing. The office floorboards let out a dull crack as his knees hit. I'm begging you. Stop digging. His voice is shaking. I just want his eyes. I've been on the list for 2 years. Can't wait any longer. I'm only 45. I don't want to go blind. Big Head Joe stares at him. So you rigged it. Pushed the person at number 1 back. I didn't rig it. Liu Jiqiang keeps his head down. Tears streaming down behind his glasses. Zhao Xiaoman agreed to it herself. She signed an extra agreement before she passed. Her corneas could go to me first. Baozi is stunned. She knew you. Liu Jiqiang lifts his head. His eyes red as a rabbit's. She didn't know me. But she knew my son. Who's your son? His name is Liu Yang. 7 years ago on Qingxi Ridge he helped pull out a truck driver. That driver had rolled his truck. My son yanked him out from inside. My head goes blank. 7 years ago, the rollover on Qingxi Ridge. The girl who saved me was Zhao Xiaoman. But there was a guy too. The soldier who called 911. Your son was there too. Yeah. He spotted you first. Ran over. Saw you stuck in the car. But he couldn't pull you out alone. Just then a girl passed by. Together they dragged you out. Then my son called 911. And left only after the ambulance showed up. That girl hurt her leg. My son made her get on the ambulance first. He hiked down the mountain himself. Then why did Zhao Xiaoman say he saved me all by himself? Because he didn't know my son's name. My son left after he called 911. He didn't leave his name. He never told anyone about that stuff. Liu Jiqiang pulled up a photo from his phone. His hands were shaking so bad he almost dropped his phone. The photo showed a young guy. Wearing a military uniform. Short hair. Dark-skinned face. When he smiled his teeth were really white. This is my son Liu Yang. He died in action last year. On the border. The office was so quiet you could hear the fluorescent lights buzzing. Fat Head Joe rubbed his gold chain. No words came out. Baozi just kept his head down. His eyes got all red. His nose started to sting. He sniffled a bit. Master. That big bro is a good person. I stared at that photo. My throat felt like it was clamped shut. Zhao Xiaoman knew Liu Yang. Not like just an acquaintance. It was when he was in the hospital for his injury. Liu Yang came to visit him. He was wearing his military uniform. Standing at the hospital room door. Asked him if his leg was better. He said it was. He said that's good. Then turned and left. He chased after him to ask his name. But he didn't say. But he left a bouquet at the nurse station. The card said thank you on behalf of that truck driver. Zhao Xiaoman kept that card for years. Later he found out Liu Yang's name. And also found out his dad's name. Liu Jiqiang, corneal leucoma in both eyes. Waiting in line for a donation. So he signed that supplementary agreement. His corneas go to Liu Jiqiang. He never told me any of this. Liu Jiqiang sat on the floor, leaning back against the desk. After my son passed away, he came to see me once. Brought me a carton of milk. Put it down and left. Back then I had no idea who he was. I looked at his eyes that could barely see. So how did you know it was him? He showed up when I signed the agreement. I couldn't see his face clearly, but I heard his voice. Liu Jiqiang's voice got quieter. That same voice from outside the ICU asking how your son was doing. Zhou Dabaozi spun his ring. What's so special about 3 days from now? Liu Jiqiang asked around. 3 days later is when my surgery is scheduled. Zhou Dabiao furrowed his brow. The 7th day after death. Liu Jiqiang shook his head. For the funeral he still shook his head. Baozi scratched his head. Boss. You guys are thinking worst case scenario. I'm looking on the bright side. He wrote down 3 days later. Big Head Joe looked at Baozi. Then turned to me. I pulled that note out of my pocket. And unfolded it. It said Liu Jiqiang and 3 days later. It wasn't a threat. Not a death notice. Not a ghostly return. Not a memorial. It was a trust. Xiao Xiaoman couldn't let go. Wanted Zhang Laosan to see him off. To look into his eyes. Put into the eye socket of that fallen soldier's dad. Baozi suddenly spoke up. Master. He's donating his eyes now. And wants Zhang Laosan to watch them get put in. What's he in it for? Big Head Joe rubbed his gold tooth. And went quiet for a few seconds. Peace of mind. He's worried about Liu Jiqiang's surgery going wrong. Wants someone trustworthy to keep an eye on it. I stood up. And tucked the note back in my pocket. Uncle Liu. I'll be there in 3 days. Liu Jiqiang looked up. Who are you? I'm that truck driver. The one your son saved 7 years ago. That's me. 3 days later. At the crematorium. Zhao Xiaoman's body lay in a light yellow cremation coffin. A bunch of white flowers on the lid. His mom was crying so hard she couldn't stand. 2 people held her up. His dad stood nearby. Lips trembling. No sound came out. As the workers wheeled the coffin toward the cremation room, I stopped them. Let me say something to him. The door closed. Just me and him. Zhao Xiaoman's eyes were shut. The makeup done by the funeral home guy. He looked way thinner than when he was alive. Cheekbones sticking out. But that curve at the corner of his mouth was peaceful. Like he was sleeping. I pulled that note out again. And put it by his hand. Don't worry. I'm taking your eyes to Uncle Liu. He won't go blind. The cremation room door closed. As the roar of the machine started up, I stand in the hallway outside. Not leaving. Big Head Joe walks over. Hands me a cigarette. Third brother. That girl is a good person. I know. Then why are you crying? I wipe my face. I was not crying. It is windy. The crematorium window is sealed tight. No wind at all. Big Head Joe did not open the window. He leans against the wall. Fiddles with his gold tooth. Lights up a cigarette too. Baozi sniffs nearby. Master. What did he get out of it? Saved someone. Lost his leg. Donated his eyes. Got nothing in return. Big Head Joe blows out smoke. He got something. What did he get? Someone remembers him. Some people save you so you live. Some people save you so you live for them. That is the biggest debt in life. Not money. It is a life. At the surgery door, before Liu Jiqiang is wheeled in, he grabs the gurney rail. Turns his head toward me. He cannot see me clearly, but he knows where I am standing. Third brother. Yeah. Thank you. What for? For seeing me off for Xiaoman. I say nothing. The nurse wheels him into the OR. The door closes. Red light comes on. 2 hours. I sit on a plastic chair in the hallway, smoking one cigarette after another. The nurse comes out 3 times. Sir, you cannot smoke here. I put it out. Then light another later. Big Head Joe and Baozi lean on chairs across. One does is off. One plays on his phone. The light goes out. The doctor comes out. He took off the mask. The surgery went great. When Liu Jiqiang was wheeled out, his eyes were wrapped in white gauze. He raised his hand. And waved it in the air a bit. I grabbed his hand. Third bro. Yeah. When my son left, I couldn't see him off. I was on the operating table. His voice was really soft. But today I saw him. I saw my son. Your eyes are still wrapped in gauze. What did you see? I saw him. He said. He was standing right in front of me. Wearing a military uniform. Smiling at me. I didn't say anything. Some things you can't see with your eyes. But you can feel them in your heart. Like kindness. Like a good conscience. In the afternoon I went to the rehab center to see Lin Guoqiang. He was sitting in his wheelchair. Soaking up the sun in the yard. When he saw me coming, He tapped the armrest of his chair. Third bro. I heard you picked up a new job. I put the fruit on his lap. How did you know? Big Head Joe told me. He said you met a good person. Lin Guoqiang looked down at his own legs. Better than me. I owe you my life. I didn't respond. Stood there for a bit. Then turned and walked away. Got on the truck. Started the engine. In the rearview mirror, the rehab yard got smaller and smaller. On the passenger seat somehow there was a bouquet of white flowers. Just like last time. I reached out and touched the pedals. They were cold, but soft. After wrapping up this run, I realized again. The longest road in this world isn't the highway. It's the road to paying back debts. But sometimes on that road, you run into another good soul. Dead man's money ain't easy to earn. But some debts gotta be paid. Old Zhang. Remember that.